Hi guys, this is your host Horror Studio One coming to you once again with the live streams. Hi, Messi. How's it going? Okay, so hi, how's it going, Zombie Killer 9? How's it going, guys? For you guys who don't know, I do live streams. Hi, Deal Girl. Hi, how's it going? If you guys have your own true scary story in which you would like to tell, send me a blank email at horrorstudio1@gmail.com. Hi, how's everyone doing? If you have a story that you want me to narrate, send it to me at the same email. So just how my YouTube name is at gmail.com, and I will narrate for you. My God, my hair is so messy right now. It's just because I just woke up. No, I took a shower, did all the other stuff, but like this is not my meeting people face. Oh man, this hair's so bad. What's going on? Hey, how's everyone doing? There's so many hays and highs today. Messi says I watch all your videos. Thank you so much for doing that. For just watching the videos even. Yeah, man. Yes. Thank you. What is the Queen Mary ship? I think it's the haunted ship, right? Haunted ship. Judah says, hi, how are you? I'm good. Now, she just finished the video. Narrating a video that's coming out soon. It took me it's a 50-minute, it's like a almost 50-minute long video. So yeah, I woke up pretty early today just to do that, because later I'm gonna have to be going somewhere with some people, and then I have some other videos that I want to make. I have a video for the deep web kind of thing on my other channel that's gonna come out soon. Grab a blanket, turn off your lights. Yeah, if not turn off your lights, grab a blanket. Grab a blanket, turn off your lights. So yeah, that means I have to do all my work in a couple hours. So one of them is to do a live stream, because I haven't done one in like 4 or 5 days, so I feel kind of bad. And there's stories piling up. Send me your stories, guys. Send me more stories where I can read on here. And, All right, so I'm going to grab a drink of water, and then we're going to start our first story. Actually, before that, we have to get some music, bro. Let's get some crazy ass music in here. What kind of music? Oh, I heard something so crazy the other day. No. It's like a little girl talking or something. It's really creepy. So scary. Like, I swear to God. It's like a minute long, but hopefully it doesn't get like copyrighted. But it's like I was trying music for creepy music for my video. I was like, holy shit! Listen to this, guys.
Could you please help me find my dolly? I lost her, and I really want her back. So please help me. Thank you. You are going to die tonight, and you can't tell me. I'm sorry, but it's just what is need to be done. I will find you, and I will kill you. You and everyone you know will be dead. You're all going to die. You want to play hide and seek? You hide, and I'll find you. Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posy. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down.
Yeah. But is it over yet? 1 minute of fucking weirdness. Dang, son. All right, so with that initial note, let's go into our first story with some music. Not that loud, though, obviously. Damn it, music's lagging. There we go. I have a story I like to submit. Hi, Horror Studio One. I don't know what kind of stories you're looking for, but if you do use this, please make my name anonymous. Getting lost in the woods with my cousin. So a few years ago, I lived in the middle of nowhere in the woods in Michigan, and I do literally mean the middle of nowhere. I had to walk all the way down the street and road just to reach human civilization once again. So maybe a day or two before the incident, I wished for something new and exciting to happen. You see, I've always loved adventures, and remember saying something like, I wish something more exciting would happen, like getting lost. I thought it would be an adventure, but I was very wrong. Now, I don't know why I thought getting lost in the middle of the woods would be even remotely fun, but apparently I did, because I thought it would be a new experience. And movies always make that sort of thing look interesting. I remember looking into the mirror and suddenly hearing a voice that wasn't my own, but inside my head. Now call me insane if you want, but I think it was some sort of omen of what was to come. The voice spoke in a creepy woman's voice and said, "Something's in your way." What was that? I wonder. Perhaps what it meant was, be careful what you wish for, as things aren't always as they seem. To this day, I still wonder about this. Perhaps I really just am insane. Anyways, a little while afterwards, me and my cousin, whose name I will not mention, were playing outside in our woods, and I wanted to show him the special area which I had found. Of course, failing with directions as usual, we wandered deeper and deeper into the dark woods and eventually found that we were lost in the middle of nowhere. Now, my cousin was becoming kind of paranoid and talking about how we're going to end up dead or something like that. So the poor frightened me was practically, or almost maybe, was crying. We walked for what seemed like hours with nothing to guide us but each other. I honestly thought we were going to die from an animal or from dehydration or starvation or something. I was quite literally terrified. Now, I know to you, you're probably like, why did you just call someone? But I don't think either of us had phones back then. So we had no idea what to do other than some sign of help, which never came. So we were walking for a while. My cousins just said that we should split up and go separate ways. Now, I've seen in the movies know that that is the sort of thing that never ends well. So in the end, we did end up staying together, thankfully. We came up to the street, we went up to the door and rang the doorbell. And I think there were two guys that answered the door. In a short matter of time, we called our parents, and my dad came to pick us up. And this entire time, no one even knew that we were missing, though. I thought we were gone for maybe half an hour to an hour or more. We both arrived safely back in the end. I think the moral of the story is be careful what you wish for, and that things aren't always as they seem. You never know what could happen to you. Oh, sorry, I just burped there because I just had my lunch over here. Yeah, this story kind of reminded me of I don't know if you guys know the movie. It's a really creepy movie. It's about a couple that gets lost in the woods and there's like a bear following them and they eventually kill the guy. It's really crazy. I forget the name. It's on Netflix. It's happened in Toronto. I'm searching Toronto bear movie. Back Country, yeah. It's insane. It was so like horrific when I first saw it. If you guys like a good scary story, like not ghost, but like scary movie with animals, nature, that stuff, that is the bomb. Hi. Horror Studio, and you've heard of Momo. Yes, I heard of Momo. I'm gonna make a video about it very soon. I shall. Don't worry, guys. Oh my god, I love you. Hi, thanks, Kashmir. I love you too. I don't know who you are, but why not? So if you guys want to help me out, share this video with your friends and family who like this kind of stuff. And if you want to send me your stories, well, type me a good email at myhorrorstudio1@gmail.com. And yeah, keep this going. I'm sorry, my voice seems kind of dead because I just narrated a really long video, like 50 minutes. But I'll try my best to do this. Ghost stories. I've been ghost hunting for a number of years, so I'm not sure where to start. One of my favorite places seemed to be torn down, It is an old stock exchange building. When I say stock exchange, I mean actual live stock. It was built in the early 20th century by a mason and had cows and ramstone heads around the crown of the building. This building had a triple homicide while it was stock exchange. I'm unhappy with the price he got for his cattle, came and shot the president and his two secretaries. This was in the 1930s. Later on, it became the County Mental Health Building. On this point in time, there was three suicides. When a woman jumped out of the window, to a man who hung himself in the small observation cell, and the third jumped from the balcony inside, headfirst onto the stone floor. It was also during this time there was at least one natural death as a janitor had a heart attack and died. Also, a young boy drowned in the aqueduct and went under the building. This wasn't known until it was investigated after an amazing and strange EVP. A friend of ours who had bought the building had turned it into a Halloween attraction, a supposed insane asylum, though it wasn't never such a thing. The woman who bought it has had a number of strange experiences, including within a day seeing a little girl she assumed lived in the neighborhood. The girl was the largest presence in the building. Also, I'm quite sure she was not in fact a little girl in the building. This suggested she might have been a daughter of a fallen woman, if you will, who probably worked in the basement of the stock exchange when the cowboys came into town. Or even more tragically, one of the women herself who appeared to be only 9. One year, during the haunted attraction, they were turned into child services for having a child actor creepily down the stairs. No children were working there. And assumed it was this young girl who was seen. My experience with the entity disguised as a girl will let you know what I think, and how she was a lot more than what she said. More than once, when the head of our team had left the building and gone to the nearest gas station for refreshments or such, we had heard his voice speaking, once from the room right next door. I was with another investigator at the time. We just looked at each other, then I said, "Is that you, little girl?" To which a reply came in a little girl's voice. Yeah. Other encounters I've had were a bit more, but were also quite playful. I had the distinct pleasure of having a ping pong thrown at me from the waist height from an empty room that I had used to be the country morgue. I was elated. Our team leader had not so pleasant experiences in the same basement. He's a tall man of well over 6 foot and not somebody to pick on for sure. As he was walking in the dark basement hallway, he came to the open door. He looked in the door and saw a 7-foot man with a cowboy hat, full beard, and cowboy clothing inches from his face. I also had the distinct pleasure of hearing him scream seeing that. The apparition disappeared within seconds, but was certainly there as it blocked out the light from the window. Freaky shit. What's up? Hi, hey, Erica. How's it going? How's everyone doing? Pete says, nice vids. Thank you, Pete. Let's grab some water. So, if you guys want to send me your stories, oh, this sounds pretty good. Maybe I should narrow my next story like this. Automatic filter. Anyways, guys, send me your typed emails at horrorstudio@gmail.com. And I will get it. No problem, bro. I'll read the comments all the time. So if you guys can give this video a like, and also, send more stories in here. Send more stories in here, and tell your friends and family about it if you want. Yeah, if you can. That would also help out. Let's come closer. Creepy Kid Stalker. Hi, my name is Jenna. I'm 13 years old and I've rarely ever talked about this, but let's start the show. This is a little backstory to this. So, the story took place about 3 years ago, and the occurrences still happen today. Down my street, there's a boy named Robbie. He is probably around 12 years old and lives in a house where there's like 12 other people living there. I ride my bike to my friend's house to play some basketball. And every time I go down to his house, Robbie would be standing on his doorstep staring at me. At first, I didn't think much of it at all. I just wanted to play some basketball with my friend. That's all I cared about. I finally got there and we just played horse. One on one and other basketball stuff. At a point in the game, he was going to run in his house real quick to grab some water. I said, okay, that's fine. I stood around waiting for him to come back with his drink. But suddenly, out of nowhere, I heard, "Hey there, beautiful." I was so shocked at hearing this. I just spun around and was scared to see him staring at me, looking at me with one of the creepiest smiles I've ever seen. At the time, I've been dating my boyfriend and still am dating him. Right when I saw this creepy smile, I ran straight home back into my house and stormed into my room. I was terrified. At the time, it was summer, and my mom and dad worked on the weekdays, so just me and my sister for 7 hours until my mom got home. Right when I woke up, I heard my sister say, "Jenna, come here." I was nervous to hear that my sister said that. Right when I stepped out my door, I saw him, riding his scooter in my driveway. I was so close to call the police, but I didn't. What could they do? There was no evidence this happening at all. A few days later, I was outside with my dad playing around, but once again, Robbie shows up. I was so close to saying, "Get the hell away from me, you little fuck." But if I said that, my dad would have grounded me so. And of course, my dad would have to use the bathroom again. So just me and him. I was so scared to be around him alone, but through his raspy voice, he said, "I love you. I think I want to marry you." I was thinking, what the fuck is wrong with this kid? As soon as that thought came into my mind, he leaned over and kissed me on the lips. I was absolutely disgusted. I was about to get sick from what he did. Finally, my dad came out, and as soon as he did, Robbie left. I was so disgusted of what just occurred. I didn't even tell my dad. Stupid move. But he still does come around occasionally. But I would never go out when he's around. I'm sorry that the story is so long. So be safe, everyone. Dang, bro. That's aggressive. Hey, Peter, thank you for donating. $1.99. Thanks, bro. Thanks. Actually, really helps out the channel because, as you guys know, YouTube these days, in terms of ad revenue and all that stuff, is not being that great. So, thank you for the donations. Arigato. Truthfully, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Anything helps, you know. I do this as a passion, and yeah, anything helps with just the living. Thank you so much. Lee G. You're one of the first channels in the horror community that I followed, and one of the few that I still post consistently. Yeah, keep up the good work, dude. Thank you so much. Yeah, I know. Horror community wise has been every now and then with everybody, but I feel like, yeah, let's bring this community back. You know, it's really important to me. I mean, it's where I started, really. With all the other stuff I do, like I do a lot of other medias, a lot of other YouTube channel stuff, but this one, the horror community, is what got me started and what gave me the confidence to pursue my dreams. So I hope it never dies. Oh yeah, there's a Slenderman movie. How's that? Has anyone seen that yet? Put in the comments. Let's do some Google on that. How's that going? It's released like 5 days ago. How is it? I honestly, I think it's bad. I don't know. I haven't watched it. I'm just guessing right now. Yeah, it doesn't really have the best reception. But hey, you know, you're a fan. You're a fan of the creepypasta. Oh, the movie was good, some people say. Okay, I believe you. I don't think they played in Asia, so I might not have the chance to watch it. Maybe I'll find it. I'll stream it later on like Netflix or something. They're saying it was really disappointing and not that good. Damn, that's maybe make a movie on 1999. It is trash. So hey. Personal creepy encounter. Hello, Horror Studio One. I've been a long-time subscriber to your channel. Thank you. I feel like it was time to share my personal story with you about a creepy encounter with a stranger me and my friends experienced. I would appreciate it if you shared my experience on your channel. Thank you and keep up the great content. Mike's Media. The story. This story happened 2 years ago. Me and a few of my friends had plans to go to the baseball field that night to sit on the bleachers and have a chat. We live in a town called Stephenville Crossing in Newfoundland, Canada. Me and my friends had texted each other to get ready. I was at Caitlin's house, she's my cousin, and our friend Rain was also with us. We texted our friends to meet up at the local canteen, Carl's Canteen, where many of us would buy. We started walking to the canteen, 10-minute walk from Caitlin's house. So when we got there, our friends had not made it yet. So I went inside to grab a few of their signature brownies. After sitting around for a few minutes, we seen our friend coming towards the canteen yelling out to us. They told us they wanted to grab a bag of candies, so we waited for them outside. A car pulled up to the canteen and a tall man in a suit, wearing a blue tie and a fedora, got out of the car. Keep in mind that Stephenville Crossing does not have a large population, only about 1,200 people. So we're a town where everyone pretty much knows everyone else. So this guy was a stranger to us, and the way he dressed was off, as no one in this town wears clothes that fancy. We just assumed that he was on vacation or from out of town or something. He looked at Caitlin and Rain, smirked and said, "Hello, darlings," without even acknowledging me. And the way he said it was with a raspy voice, in a tone that seemed seductive. He walked into the store as our friends were walking out. One of our friends, Eric, had made a remark about the man's fedora, but we told him not to say anything too loud because of the creepy vibe the man had. Halen, one of our friends, and his girlfriend Haley, had bought a family-sized bag of chips to share, but Haley nabbed it from his hands for herself, so he didn't bother to stick it by her and came over to me to chat. We proceeded to talk about our usual topic, comic book, in which we would often debate over whether Batman or Spider-Man was better. We would walk past our local bar, the Cozy Corner, which was on the way of the baseball field. Now, come the baseball field. The canteen was out of sight, and I hadn't even thought about the creepy man anymore. Then we met up with Amber and David, who had been walking together down the street. We didn't want them to come to the baseball field with us. They accepted and came along. When we got there, we seen our friends Brandon and Audrey, who are a couple, cuddling on the bleachers. We didn't invite them to the baseball field, but they were already there, so we sat down with them on the bleachers and ate our candy. We all thought they were kind of annoying together, and gave them the name Braji, which we thought was funny. We also gave Brandon the nickname Tough Man, because he believes that he's the toughest person in our friend group. We've seen a car turning in the baseball field towards us. The baseball field is next to a forest and large bushes, so sometimes people go in the woods to have sex or do drug deals. So sometimes at this time, this late, and dark, people often drive to the baseball field with their girlfriend or a boyfriend to have sex, or multiple drive up to do drug deals. Due to this being a usual thing, we were not alarmed by a car pulling up. But once it got close enough, we realized it was the car of the creepy guy at the canteen. Amber, David, Brandon, and Audrey did not know about this guy, so we told them about how creepy he was and how he was particularly interested in Caitlin and Rain. David, being the craziest of the group, jumped off the bleachers and started yelling and making noises like a shrieking cat. The car then began to turn around and left the baseball field. We praised David for scaring the creepy man and laughed about how strange the man was, and once again made fun of his fedora. About an hour later, we decided to walk back to town. Instead of going towards the road, we decided to take the trail through the bushes. I stood by Halen, who once again began explaining why Batman is superior in our fun little debate. And he also came to me about problems, as he was upset about Haley only letting him have a few chips from the whole bag. That's when I heard David and Amber screaming. They were at the front of the group. They were running back and yelling for us to run. And when we looked, there was a creepy man running towards us. We all began running back to the baseball field and decided to run into the woods, which may seem like a stupid idea, but we were familiar with the woods and many of their hiding places. And since it was at night, it would be hard for him to see us anyways. Brendan had pissed his pants. The large wet spots was noticeable on his jeans. So much for tough guy. Although our lives were on the line, so it is understandable. We decided to stay hidden for about half an hour, and then we all quietly left the forest and ran for the road to get under the streetlight and by the houses. We all hastily walked back to the main part of town. We all went our separate ways to go home, all agreeing that it would be a long time before we go back to that baseball field late at night. So many people in this. I mean, you guys just fucking kick his ass. Why even run? Just attack him. There's like 10 of you. Yeah, if you send me a story, it is horrorstudio1@gmail.com, and I will, yeah, read that. Hi for that. Hello? Buffering. Hello, is it still buffering? I know the internet is so bad. If you guys put in the chat, am I still on or not? Okay, yeah, because we're living right now, it's raining right now, and when it's raining, the internet gets really bad here. So that's a problem that we have here as well. It sucks. How's everyone doing? What time is it in your time zone? Must be at night. What got you into horror? Well, I always loved watching like ghost movies, Asian ghost movies as a kid with my parents, and then I've always been interested in like unusual stuff like aliens and like conspiracy theories and stuff. But it was watching the creepypasta channels on YouTube that got me into this channel. That got me to make this channel. So it's around 10. That's always good. I'm too high to be honest. Okay. I think the buffer is gone now, so I think we can continue. Because I don't want to be reading a story and have a buffer. That would suck balls. Okay, sick. All right, next story. Haunted house. Hello, you may remember me from the Walmart story of the aggressive customer and the story of the pale man on the one morning on my way to school. Well, I got a third story with proof. This happened months back, so bear with me. I can't roughly remember the month, but this happened in a small town near Kitchener Waterloo. That's really close to where I used to live. The same town where the creepy boy story happened. My brother said goodbye to his friend who was on his way home from our house after playing games, when he noticed one of the houses had its lights flashing like crazy. My brother received a video from him showing it all, which I'm sure if the video I sent, not exactly sure. I walked my way with my brother to the house. Now please note, this house is not that big and once was used to exchange telephone lines. I would probably compare it to a camping trailer sized house. But when we got there, like my bro's friend said, it was flashing. We crossed the road and I keep a distance and look in the window. I don't see anything. For the past, I never thought anyone owned the house, and how out of nowhere the light was flashing. It disturbed us. We walked home and brought our parents. We sat and watched the random patterns. We knew it wasn't a scary movie, as it is a usual one. Wouldn't flash for that long and have the odd dark scene. The next day I left home early to see the house. Sure enough, the light was still flashing. I ran home and caught the bus. I talked to my brother's friend, who said his father knocked on the door, but there was no answer. The next day the lights were off. I get chills every day seeing how a small house could cause such a scare. So this person, Roblogo, actually came in my stream a little bit before, and he actually sent a video to me about that flashing lights, which I will show. But one second, I can't show it obviously with this, so I'm gonna have to use my other laptop. I got two laptops, by the way. Guess I can show you guys. Oh no, I can't. Okay, shouldn't move it. So this is my other laptop, and yeah, I can show you guys the video via here, which should be pretty interesting. Just trying to connect to the internet now. Oh, it got disconnected. Holy shit, is it still disconnected? Oh, not when I'm reading a story. That's the worst part. No. I hope it's working. Okay. Oh, this sucks so bad. I swear to God. I gotta do these streams on non-rainy days. That's the thing with Asia, man. It's like suddenly it starts like from raining and then Yeah, I see right here a Sarah lost says, "Are you letting people in to share the stories?" I want to. I don't know what the hell's going on with YouTube these days. They keep sending me this like random webcam kind of thing. I don't think I can get people in here. So that's the problem. I want to get people in here, but I don't think this thing is allowing me to do that. But first, let's I'll show you guys that story, that video clip. So it's right here. What the hell is it? Oh yeah, I see. There's like a random flashing light. Don't know what the hell that is. But it's really quick. It's only like a 10-second video. No, it's not a plane. It was inside like the house or the window or something. Maybe some guy just like working on some wood shop stuff. Has like machine. I don't know. I don't know. Definitely not a plane though. Problem. But next time before. I was safe when I was utterly compelled to visit the cemetery. It started when my favorite uncle had passed away, and I was determined to be the one to visit him every single day. At his final, it would cause my this I needed to share with you so you could understand my reasoning. When I learned that my uncle became ill and had been admitted to the hospital, I felt grateful for his passing, that I got to visit him. I owned a cross that I wore around my neck that I had forever. I took it off and put it around his neck. I knew from the grapevine that my cousins were terribly saddened at the sudden change of conditions of their dad, my uncle. Another important piece I want to share with you is that my uncle and aunt had divorced years earlier. I could literally tell you that on many of my uncle's visits, he would always tell me how much he truly missed and loved his children. My cousins were like shattered dandelion seeds after the divorce. During the service, I was compelled to go up at the front of hundreds of my family members and give an unprepared eulogy. I knew at the back of my mind that all my cousins were together at once, and this was my moment to share with how much my uncle, their father, truly missed and loved them. I felt like I was the uncle's voice in describing how much he truly missed and loved them. After the service, one of my cousins was upset with me. She whispered into my ear that I knew that my dad loved me. Don't get mad at me, messenger. Oh well, my uncle was like a butterfly visiting all the flowers, and I was one of them. Because of this, in turn, I was compelled to visit him at his resting place. So now you know why I was compelled to visit the cemetery. I started out visiting my uncle. I swear to God, one time when I was visiting my uncle, I experienced the wind blowing through my hair. Then a whirlwind twirled up in front of me, with the leaves dancing. I thought, could it have just been my uncle visiting me? Or my imagination playing tricks on me? Part of me wanted it so bad to be my uncle's spirit visiting me, but my rational side thinking it was just a dust devil. So there I go and making it a habit, visiting my uncle every day at the cemetery. Then, out of curiosity, I wanted to know who was buried next to my uncle. I discovered it was another family member who I had not known very well. So there I go every day visiting the cemetery, and each time, out of curiosity, I go to the next gravesite until I realized I started visiting everybody. So I decided to start at the beginning and reading who they were and when they passed and say a prayer for them. Every single day, I was becoming a part of life without realizing what I was doing to myself, having these dead being a part of me and not the living. Why? Because placed on the highest pedestal, I felt alone. One night, I was sound asleep when suddenly I felt as if I was not alone in my room and someone was watching me. I was compelled to open my eyes, slowly to discover, I swear to God, and I'll never forget this. There was a huge man standing at the foot of my bed. He was about 6 feet 5 inches tall, and it looked like he was wearing heavy makeup on his face, white foundation, translucent powder, rosy red cheeks, black eyeshadow around his eyes, no lipstick, but his eyes were the scariest of all. The moment I opened my eyes, it was as if He was so relieved and excited that I finally had opened my eyes and that I could see him. I was like, it was like he was seeing a long lost friend or something like that. So excited and yet to see another one. I was laying in my bed, horrified, in complete shock. I looked deep into his eyes while laying there, him staring deeply into my eyes. Then he suddenly, in a split second, could tell I was not sharing the same longing, relief, and excitement that he had felt. His expression quickly changed to sadness and fear that I was not happy to see him. At that very moment, I shut my eyes so tightly and started reciting in my mind, "In the name of Jesus, I rebuke the devil. In the name of Jesus, I rebuke the devil. In the name of Jesus, I rebuke the devil. In the name of Jesus, I rebuke the devil." I swear to God, I did not open my eyes again that night. The next morning, I shared my experiences with my mom. Her response was, "You see what you did? You kept visiting the cemetery every day, and the dead missed you, and one followed you back home. Today, I don't feel alone. I visit my uncle once in a big while, and for the unexpected visitor who felt compelled to visit me, I say two last things to you. In the name of Jesus, I rebuke the devil, and let's not ever meet again." That was pretty good. Sorry, I kind of made some mistakes on the way, but that was a pretty good story. Thank you so much for sending it to me. That story reminded me of a story that my cousin had a long time ago. My cousin, his basic told me the story back when I was traveling with him when I was about 18. Basically, the story is that his mom passed away from cancer, and she was buried at the cemetery. My cousin was in his 20s at the time, and sometimes, at nighttime when he was feeling lonely or he had no idea what was going on in his life because he was like 20 something and a lot of his career stuff, relationship stuff, he would go and visit his mom at the cemetery. And it wasn't like a gravestone, but it was like one of those bigger church cemeteries. Like it was inside a church, like a chapel, if you will. I'm not really sure. I never went there to visit. Anyways, he went to visit his mom, and then like suddenly it was really late at night as well. So he went to visit. It was raining at night. He drove there. After a while, he started hearing children noises, like children playing noises. But he knew that he was the only one there because it was like a weekday night and it was in a friggin' cemetery, raining outside, and it was like 10 or 9, 10. Got the hell out of there. That was his only paranormal experience. But yeah, that's the only one I can think of about cemetery experiences that I've heard personally. Still uploads, I think, not daily, but like once every 2, 3 days or something like that. Yeah, kids can be scary. I know. Yeah, just like kids playing noise. That like that shit that we were listening to before. Uh, sh- like like I'll show you guys.